Hello and welcome to Gamers Anonymous. Today I will narrate the full story of the Star Wars Outlaws game while B-rolling the game footage for maximum understanding. The story will include only the main quests, and side quest stories are not involved to keep things simple. So let's get started. At the beginning of Star Wars Outlaws, the galaxy is in a state of chaos. The Rebel Alliance has just destroyed the Death Star, drawing the Empire's focus away from the rest of the galaxy. This power vacuum has allowed the underworld to flourish.
It's a golden age for the underworld. The Empire's little Death Star gets blown to pieces and the law is distracted by a rebellion that won't quit. It's an opportunity to make millions.
Syndicates like the Pikes, Crimson Dawn, the Hutts, and Zarek Besh are now ruthlessly battling to establish their territories, using deception and betrayal as their weapons. This turbulent backdrop sets the stage for our outlaw heroes to navigate a galaxy where the lines between survival and betrayal are razor thin. Kay Vess, a small-time thief living in the glamorous yet perilous world of Canto Bight, is a lone wolf. Without a crew, Kay does just enough to survive, lacking grand ambitions, but with a desire to escape her stagnant life. Her troubles with the Sixth Kin, a dangerous underworld faction, are escalating, and Canto Bight is no longer a safe haven. Kay's ticket to freedom is a forged identicard, hidden in the vault of Club Tarsus, owned by the Sixth Kin. After successfully obtaining it, she's caught on her way back, forcing her to shoot her way out. Now hunted by the Sixth Kin, Kay returns to her caretaker Bram for help. Under immense pressure, Bram gives her one final job, to work with a mysterious crew. With the Sixth Kin closing in, Bram helps Kay escape to meet her new team, setting the stage for a larger adventure across the galaxy.
Who's the mark? A boss named Sliro. Runs a syndicate called Zarek Besh. They're new, they're rich, and rumor has it they've got the underworld scared.
Kay's first mission with the new crew leads her straight into the heart of danger. Tasked with infiltrating a club owned by Sliro, the ruthless leader of the Zarek Besh syndicate, Kay must retrieve a valuable item from one of the vaults not disclosed by her team. However, what she uncovers shocks her. The score is not a treasure, but a Rebel Alliance member imprisoned by Sliro. Betrayed, Kay demands her payment but is shot and left unconscious and on her own. In her blackout, she flashes back to a painful memory where her mother drilled into her the importance of relying on no one but herself, a lesson that now echoes in her present situation. When Kay regains consciousness, she finds herself in the clutches of Sliro, who suspects her of being a rebel sympathizer. Determined to extract information, Sliro interrogates Kay, convinced she knows more than she lets on. But Kay, ever resourceful, manages to escape, aided by her trusty companion, Nyx. She shoots her way out of Sliro's compound, using her wits and reflexes to dodge his henchmen. Kay makes a daring escape to the garage, where she finds a ship. Seizing the moment, she steals it, engaging the hyperdrive to flee to a distant planet called Toshara. This mission marks Kay with a death mark in Sliro's eyes, solidifying her status as a wanted outlaw. Her survival instincts are put to the test, and her journey as a lone rogue thief is only beginning.
We're okay. We're okay.
Kay's journey continues on Toshara, a remote and dangerous planet. After crash-landing her stolen ship, she is immediately attacked by local scavengers eager to dismantle the vessel for parts. In a fierce shootout, Kay successfully fends them off and meets Waka, a skilled mechanic who recognizes the value of the ship and offers to repair it. However, repairing the ship won't be cheap, and Kay is left with no choice but to find a way to earn credits quickly. Waka directs Kay to Gorak, the local Pike Syndicate chief, for a potential gig that could help her fund the repairs. The meeting with Gorak doesn't go as planned, especially because she mentioned Waka's name. The job offer falls through, but Kay's luck turns when she meets Danka, a local broker with deep connections to a network of underworld figures. Danka introduces Kay to a series of brokers who offer her various jobs, mainly from different syndicates, providing Kay the chance to earn credits and improve her reputation. These jobs allow Kay to start building up her status in the criminal underworld. She takes on multiple gigs, collecting key ship parts and other equipment that enhance both the ship and her speeder. The work not only gets her closer to repairing her ship, but also gives her an education in syndicate politics. Kay navigates these loyalties with care, taking advantage of shifting alliances and learning new skills that make her an even more effective thief. After completing several assignments and gaining favor with the syndicates, Kay returns to Waka. He informs her that while the ship is now ready for standard space travel, the hyperdrive function is still non-operational. Waka also mentions that he's been reviewing the ship's logs and uncovered that the name of the ship is the Trailblazer. However, before they can delve deeper into the logs, Kay is given another high-risk job, infiltrating an Imperial space station. This mission tests her stealth and combat skills as she sneaks into the station to delete sensitive data. It's also the first time Kay engages in a thrilling spaceship battle in outer space, a crucial test of her abilities. Upon returning to Toshara after the space battle, Waka reveals a new lead. He directs Kay to a long-abandoned wreck of a ship called the Castellan on the outskirts of the planet. This wreck is rumored to contain a nav computer, the essential component needed to repair her ship's hyperdrive. Kay embarks on this dangerous mission, knowing that securing the nav computer will finally give her the freedom to travel across the galaxy. As Kay ventures into the shipwreck to retrieve the nav computer, she faces an unexpected battle with two Zarek Besh members sent to track her down. Just when she secures the part, Waka, who was initially her ally, reveals his betrayal by pointing a blaster at Kay and attempting to take the ship for himself. His plan quickly falls apart fatally when Vale, a bounty hunter from Canto Bright, intervenes, targeting Kay. With the help of a droid named ND5, Kay narrowly escapes. She later returns to her ship and learns that ND5 belongs to Jaylen Vrax, a powerful broker with a personal vendetta against Slyro, leader of Zarek Besh. Jaylen offers Kay a high-stakes job, infiltrate Slyro's mansion once again, this time to steal 157 million credits. However, such a mission requires a skilled crew. Jaylen assigns ND5 to assist Kay, but with a catch. The droid has a restraining bolt to ensure its loyalty to Jaylen. This bolt prevents any potential betrayal, a reminder that Kay is under watch. Accepting the mission, Kay sets off on a quest to assemble the necessary crew members across the galaxy, preparing for the heist that could change her fate and deal a major blow to Slyro's operations. This marks the beginning of Kay's deeper involvement in the galactic underworld. After using the hyperdrive on the Trailblazer, Kay Vess lands on Kijimi, where one of her crucial heist crew members, Ankh, resides. Ankh is an expert in explosives and safe cracking, and her skills are essential for the upcoming heist on Slyro's vault. Upon arrival, Kay is confronted by members of the Ashiga clan, a syndicate with a hive-like structure where loyalty to the Queen runs deep. They warn her to act with care while in their territory. In her investigation, Kay learns that Ankh is drowning in debt to the Ashiga clan and is being forced to work in one of their factories. To find Ankh, she infiltrates the clan's headquarters. Meanwhile, Kay also forms a connection with the Ashiga clan's queen, who entrusts her with retrieving an important artifact essential for the clan's stability. While on this mission, Kay uncovers a deeper conspiracy. The princess of the Ashiga clan, dissatisfied with her mother's rule, is planning a coup, with the support of none other than Lady Kira, head of the Crimson Dawn Syndicate. The princess believes the Ashiga clan should follow a different path, and aims to take control of the clan, with Kira's assistance. Kay, seeing the opportunity and the potential benefits, aligns herself with the princess and the plot to overthrow the queen. As Kay continues to search for Ankh, she locates her deep within one of the Ashiga clan's strongholds. Ankh refuses to join the crew until Kay helps her blow up the queen's stronghold, as instructed by Kira. Reluctantly, Kay agrees, recognizing the connection between this task and the larger coup being orchestrated by the princess. Together, they manage to destroy the stronghold and escape, further entangling Kay in the internal politics of the Ashiga clan. Eventually, Kay finds the artifact the Ashiga queen had sent her to retrieve. But instead of handing it over to the queen, she gives it to the princess, solidifying her support for the coup. To Kay's shock, the princess murders her mother, the queen, right in front of her. Horrified and feeling betrayed, Kay had never anticipated this level of brutality. Kay confronts Kira about the extreme measures taken during the coup. Kira responds with a chilling explanation about the necessity of making tough decisions for the greater good, leaving Kay to reflect on the harsh realities of the galaxy's underworld.
I used to be like you, but my eyes were open to the truth of who pulls the strings of the galaxy. You might think today didn't matter, but when the war is truly over, you'll realize the cage has been broken, and you'll finally see what real freedom feels like.
With Ankh now part of the crew, Kay sets her Trailblazer to hyperdrive, heading toward her next destination, deeper into the web of galactic syndicates. Kay Vess's journey continues as she brings the Trailblazer to Akiva, a humid jungle planet known for its vast water bodies. Her mission? To recruit Gadik, a droidsmith expert, who is crucial for their heist. However, Gadik is currently working for the Imperials at an Imperial research center. Kay infiltrates the base and convinces Gadik to join her crew, but there's a catch. Gadik requests one favor before he agrees. He wants Kay to destroy a dangerous droid technology, the Viper droids.
Gadik, I just got ambushed by the Empire!
Which he had developed for the Imperial forces and now regrets. Kay first seeks help from Temmin Wexley, who upgrades her speeder with hydro-repulsors, allowing her to traverse Akiva's water-covered landscape. But as she sets off, she's ambushed by a pack of Viper droids, getting a first-hand taste of their power and danger. Just when Kay is about to be overwhelmed by the droids, a group of rebel forces comes to her rescue. She soon learns that Gadik had been secretly working with the rebels all along and had sent them to assist her. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Kay teams up with the rebels to infiltrate the base once again, this time to extract and destroy all the information related to the Viper droids. After a tense and action-packed sequence, she successfully completes the mission, ensuring that the Viper droid technology won't fall into Imperial hands. With the mission complete, Gadik keeps his word and joins Kay's crew. With a stronger team assembled, Kay and her crew head off for their next stop on Tatooine, where they need to hire another crew member. Kay's journey continues as she heads to Tatooine, seeking Haas, a heavy-hitting gun expert crucial for the heist. Upon arrival in the desert planet, Kay meets Sheriff Quint in the town of Wayfar, who informs her that Haas is being hunted by the Hutt cartel, with Jabba the Hutt himself fervently searching for him. Haas had recently attacked Wayfar, leading Quint to corner him near a moisture farm.
I'll tell you what I told the other bounty hunters. Haas was robbing our little slice of paradise, so I cornered him at a deserted moisture farm nearby. He'd been holed up there for a while.
Determined to track him down, Kay follows the trail into the harsh South Junland wastes, discovering that Haas has been captured by a Tusken raider tribe. The Tuskens demand the return of a precious crate dragon pearl that Haas stole from them in exchange for his freedom. Kay agrees to retrieve the pearl and sets out on a dangerous mission, infiltrating a bandit cave where the pearl is hidden. After a series of intense battles and challenges, Kay successfully retrieves the crate dragon pearl and uses it to negotiate Haas's release. Upon freeing Haas, he instructs Kay to bring her ship to Mos Eisley so they can leave, but things quickly go sideways. When Kay arrives in Mos Eisley, she finds Haas playing sabacc in the cantina, and he's losing big. Desperate, Haas tries to wager Nyx, Kay's loyal companion. Furious, Kay intervenes, but before she can stop him, she's knocked unconscious by one of the cantina's thugs. During this unconscious state, Kay experiences another memory flashback, this time recalling her first job with her mother and the moment she met Nyx. This flashback highlights the bond between Kay and Nyx, showing how inseparable they've been since that day. When Kay regains consciousness, she immediately interrogates Haas, demanding to know where Nyx is. Intimidated, Haas admits that Nyx is being sold to Jabba the Hutt. Enraged, Kay launches a daring mission to break into Jabba's palace and rescue Nix. Though she manages to free her beloved companion, Kay is captured by Jabba and finds herself in a deadly situation. In a cruel twist, Jabba sends Kay to be eaten by his pet Rancor, while Vale, who had arrived to claim Kay for Zarek Besh, is thrown into the dungeon along with Hoss for protesting. Inside the dungeon, Hoss meets a gruesome fate, devoured by the creatures lurking in the dark. Kay, with Vale's help, fights off the Rancor in a thrilling and deadly battle. Their survival impresses Jabba, who offers Kay a deal. He will spare her life if she completes a task for him. Kay reluctantly agrees and is sent to infiltrate an Imperial station on Tatooine to obtain the name of a Zarek Besh spy for Jabba. During this mission, Kay and Vale begin to form a bond, though neither is willing to acknowledge it fully. With the name in hand, Kay secures her freedom from Jabba's grasp, and she and Vale continue their journey. Vale lets her go this time, but with a warning that if she sees her next time, she'll definitely catch her. After Kay's intense experience on Tatooine, she returns to the Trailblazer, only to find that ND5, her trusted droid, is suffering from a severe systems failure. Jaylen suggests that Kay head back to Akiva on Gadik's recommendation, as there is an old Clone Wars factory on the planet that might contain the equipment needed to repair ND5. Upon arrival at the factory ruins, Kay ventures into the rubble and discovers the power core essential for ND5's repair. However, it's not just a forgotten piece of factory, but a hidden rebel base. Here, she meets Asara, a key member of the rebel group, who agrees to give her the power core in exchange for her help. The rebels have a team captured by the Hutts, and Kay's assistance is crucial in freeing them. Reluctantly, Kay agrees to assist the rebels. She infiltrates the Hutt base on Akiva, where the rebel members are held captive. As she breaks them out, she shares her cynicism with Asara, voicing her view that the rebels are no different from any other syndicate. From her perspective, their cause may be noble, but ultimately, they are just as self-serving as other factions in the galaxy.
You know what I realized about you rebels?
What's that?
I got a death mark, a half-dead droid, and a crew without a heavy. And all you want to talk about is how I can help you. You're just another syndicate, taking what you think is yours.
Nevertheless, the mission succeeds, and Asara provides Kay with the power core she needs to restore ND5. Back on the Trailblazer, Kay installs the new power core and, following Gadik's guidance, reattaches ND5's restraining bolt. The process seems successful at first, but it triggers a shockwave that renders Kay unconscious. During her unconscious state, Kay experiences yet another flashback. This time, the memory is set during her senior years as she worked with Gadik on a botched job. In the flashback, Gadik is captured while Kay escapes, emphasizing her preference for working alone. However, Bram, a close figure from her past, confronts her on this behavior, pointing out that this solitary attitude was inherited from her mother, not her true self. When Kay finally wakes up, she finds the crew gathered around her, relieved to see she's all right. More importantly, ND5 is now fully operational again. As Kay regains her strength, she moves through the ship only to encounter her mother, Rico, sitting in her captain's chair. It is clearly shown on her face that she has a resentment for her mother, cause she abandoned her when Kay was young. Just as Kay processes this, Jaylen appears aboard the ship, explaining that they now have the full team needed for the upcoming heist. He reveals that they will require 2 slicers to successfully break into Slyro's vault, and Rico's technical skills will be crucial to the mission. To her surprise, Jaylen has also brought Asara aboard to fill the role of weapons expert, as they could not recruit Hoss due to his unfortunate demise. Although reluctant, Kay agrees to proceed, understanding the gravity of the heist. With the team now assembled, Kay's journey intensifies as she prepares for one of the most significant missions of her life. As the final mission kicks off, Kay and her crew receive intelligence that Slyro, their target, is meeting a high-ranking figure on an Imperial space station. With Rico, her estranged mother, by her side, Kay sneaks into the station in a repurposed Imperial jet. Navigating deep into the base, she finds herself spying on a secretive meeting through a vent and is shocked to see none other than Darth Vader himself in conversation with Slyro. It's a devastating revelation. Slyro is not just a criminal mastermind, but also an Imperial informant, secretly working with the Empire. His role is to provide intelligence that helps the Empire hunt down rebel forces.
You, Director Barsha, are a failure.
Failure? The ISB has created the most groundbreaking intelligence network the Empire has seen, and accomplished more in weeks than the entire Imperial army. An army whose mindless show of force allowed a rebel fleet to escape from Hoth. It is the ISB that will win this war.
The stakes are now higher than ever, as Kay realizes that her enemy is not just a dangerous underworld figure, but someone with powerful connections inside the Empire. Kay rushes back to her crew with the shocking information. However, when she tells Jaylen about Slyro's ties to Darth Vader, she discovers that he already knew about this dark alliance. Despite the magnitude of this discovery, Jaylen remains unfazed and calmly reassures the team that the mission is still on track. Jaylen's confidence lies in the precision and planning they've put into the heist. The goal remains to infiltrate Slyro's highly secure vault and steal 157 million credits, a sum that would ensure their freedom and success. Although the new revelation raises the risk significantly, the crew decides to move forward. The connection between Slyro and the Empire only amplifies the urgency of the heist, as they realize this could be their only shot to bring Slyro down and disrupt his operations. With this final mission, the team gears up for the most dangerous heist of their lives, fully aware that they may have to confront not just Slyro, but potentially Imperial forces as well. Kay, still processing her mother's return and now carrying the burden of this new information, must navigate the mission with precision, trust her team, and make sure that all elements of their plan fall into place. The final heist kicks off with Kay and her crew infiltrating Slyro's heavily guarded mansion to rob the vault. After skillfully defeating Slyro's security team, they make their way to the vault only to find Slyro waiting for them, alongside Vale and several of his men. Tensions are high as it seems the mission is about to fail. However, at the crucial moment, Vale shocks everyone by defecting. She points her gun at Slyro, shooting down all of his men and knocking Slyro unconscious, giving Kay and her crew a safe passage to the vault. With Slyro out of the way, the crew successfully retrieves what they believe to be a valuable fortune. They rendezvous at their ship, the Trailblazer, and Kay begins to inspect the loot. To her dismay, she finds no credits. Instead, the contents of the vault are far more valuable. A cache of critical information, including key contacts, base locations, schematics, and other intelligence that could be worth a fortune to the right buyer. This was not what Kay had expected, and the realization hits her hard. She's been deceived yet again. While Kay is still wrapping her head around the implications of what she's found, Jaylen, the mastermind behind the heist, makes a shocking move. He orders ND5, the droid companion, to shoot Asara, the rebel ally, knocking him unconscious. The atmosphere turns tense as the truth of Jaylen's betrayal comes to light. His plan was never just about robbing Slyro's vault for money. It was about obtaining this crucial intelligence. Jaylen intended to sell Asara and the entire rebel network out to the Empire for millions, positioning himself as a replacement for Slyro in the Imperial Intelligence Division. Rico, Kay's mother, had been in on this plan from the beginning. Jaylen and Rico had been working together to set up the rebels and profit off their demise. Kay, stunned and angry, realizes just how deep the betrayal goes. She trusted Jaylen and her mother, and now she finds herself cornered. ND5, conflicted but loyal to Jaylen due to the restraining bolt, reluctantly follows Jaylen's orders and knocks Kay unconscious. As Kay lies unconscious, the fourth and final flashback reveals a painful memory from her past. She's back in her childhood home in Canto Bight, where her guardian Bram gives her a hollow-viewer containing a message from her estranged mother. In the message, her mother explains why she had to leave, believing that staying would ultimately bring danger to Kay. Overwhelmed with emotions, Kay breaks the holoviewer before hearing the full explanation. This moment solidifies Kay's resolve to never depend on anyone, except for Bram, who provides her temporary shelter until the beginning of the game. As the memory fades, Kay wakes up inside a sleeping pod aboard the Trailblazer. She's shaken awake by Ankh, and Gideek informs her that they are now aboard the Imperial fleet ship, the Revelator. Kay, determined to rescue ND5 from Jaylen's control, forms a plan. Disguised in a stormtrooper uniform and taking Gideek as her prisoner, they move through the ship, pretending to be part of its security, aiming to reach Jaylen. While infiltrating the ship, Kay finds herself near the command room where Slyro is in a tense conversation with Darth Vader via hologram. Vader coldly informs Slyro that he no longer needs him and has accepted Jaylen's proposal to work with him instead. The tension escalates when Jaylen confronts Slyro, revealing that they are royal brothers. Jaylen's motivation becomes clear. He wants to punish Slyro for betraying their family by aligning with the Empire and abandoning their royal lineage and empire. As the two brothers argue, Jaylen commands the Revelator to jump to Akiva with the goal of wiping out the remaining rebel bases there. In an act of cold finality, he shoots a fatal blast into Slyro's heart, killing him in front of Kay and Gideek. At that critical moment, Kay removes her stormtrooper helmet and confronts Jaylen. She scolds him for orchestrating all of this chaos for a petty family vendetta, declaring that his quest for revenge was senseless. She asserts her intention to take back ND5 and Asara and leave with her crew. Before she can make her escape, ND5, still under Jaylen's control, chases Kay through the ship. Determined to save her droid companion, Kay hatches a daring plan. She runs to the central core of the fleet ship, aiming to stun ND5 and install a processor that will nullify the effects of Jaylen's restraining bolt. After a tense pursuit, Kay manages to pull off the procedure just in time, freeing ND5 from Jaylen's control. As ND5 regains his autonomy, Jaylen confronts Kay, furious and ready to retaliate. But before he can act, ND5 turns on his former master and in a shocking twist, shoots Jaylen dead. Kay watches as the betrayal comes full circle, with Jaylen's own droid dealing the fatal blow. With Jaylen gone, the mission is far from over. The remaining Imperial forces are closing in fast, and Kay and her crew have little time to escape. In a final sprint for survival, they fight their way through the Revelator, blasting through waves of stormtroopers and security droids to reach the ship's hangar. Once they reach the Trailblazer, they make their escape just as Imperial forces close in. As the crew exits the Revelator and enters Akiva's orbit, they are immediately pursued by a squadron of Imperial TIE fighters. Kay is prepared to jump to safety using the hyperdrive, but realizes that if they flee, Asara's rebel team will be the next target. Deciding to fight, Kay holds off the Imperial forces long enough for Asara to warn his team.
Diverting power to deflectors.
Deflectors? Are you serious?
Disability, please.
Sir, keep trying.
Kay sends a distress signal, which is answered by Lady Kira, who arrives with her syndicate forces to aid the rebels. This pivotal moment sees the Rebel Alliance and a criminal syndicate working together, fighting against the Imperial fleet. Thanks to Kay's quick thinking and strategic bravery, the combined forces managed to destroy the Imperial fleet. After the battle, the unified forces jumped to their respective bases, marking a significant victory for both the rebels and the syndicates. After the intense events aboard the Revelator and the daring space fight, Kay Vess returns to Canto Bright with her crew. Asara departs to continue assisting the Rebel Alliance, offering Kay a place among them, but she politely declines, preferring her independence. Gideek and Ankh plan another heist, but Kay suggests they attempt it on their own, ensuring them she'll help if necessary. Kay then heads to her ship, Trailblazer, where she encounters Vale. She hands over Slyro's Codex, a valuable collection of secret information that will enable Vale to start her own venture. After parting ways, Kay returns to her cockpit, where Nyx and ND5 await, signaling she is ready for her next adventure. The credits begin to roll, but the story doesn't end there. In the mid-credit scene, Kay is seen disguised as an Imperial officer visiting her mother, Rico, who's imprisoned by the Empire. Rico was caught using marked credits, a trap set by Jaylen, which landed her in an Imperial cell. In a heartfelt moment, Kay imparts a lesson to her mother about the importance of independence, but also the value of having people to rely on. As a token of hope, Kay secretly passes a data spike to Rico, which might help her escape the prison in the future. This final interaction showcases how far Kay has come. Once determined to walk a solitary path, she has now found her own balance between relying on others and maintaining her independence. With her crew by her side, Kay Vess has transformed into a legend of the galactic underground, ready for whatever adventures the future holds. This marks the end of storyline for the game Star Wars Outlaws. Feel free to let us know in the comments which did you like or hate the most about the game. Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos related to the game.